Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video featuring Greninja here in the Master Rank, going through the jungle. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all those around the world. Happy Halloween. For those of you that will be partaking in the door-to-door trick-or-treating, getting candy, stay safe, dress up, be scary, have a great day. Now, we're going to dive into this. We're so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. We're so close to getting that goal. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, giving likes, giving comments, your feedback. Don't forget to pay attention to the Nintendo Switch giveaway video, in which you will be getting a brand new Nintendo Switch Lite at the end of the month to a random winner in that video. Just go ahead and watch it, get the descriptions, get the details on what to do and how to enter. But anyways, dive into this game, man. Sadly enough, I got executed there. And I feel that he wouldn't have been able to kill me if we didn't have an auto lock target for the system in this game. Now, in any case, we are taking Greninja through the jungle instead of lane. Why? Because this Pokemon is fantastic. No matter top, bottom, mid, it doesn't matter where he goes. Greninja makes an impact, especially if you're pretty good with Greninja or decent with Greninja. There are a lot better Greninja players out there than me, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, this Pokemon just does so much damage and it's a lot of fun to play. Now, he does have weaknesses, just like every other Pokemon does. But at the same time, he has many, many strengths. And one of those strengths in that duel that we just saw when I attacked the enemy Greninja is the fact that I knew I had Focus Band, and I was just testing the waters, see if he had Focus Band. And now I realize he doesn't have Focus Band, so that means I can win these 1v1 situations, because he does not heal. You know what I mean? And I do. Now, 9 out of 10, that can be a good or a bad thing, depending on your enemy jungler. If it's a Zero Aura, that can still give you a problem, just because the amount of damage he does. But Greninja is so safe, you can just sit here and poke when you have red buff, just like Cinderace. When they have red buff, it's really, really hard to get away from them. It's hard to trade into them, because they're ranged, and they do a lot of upfront damage. Now, I'll come back, grab both these berries. We're getting back in this. We're getting these free kills, because this team, they're just funneling in. And that's fine with me. I don't mind. Snorlax is going to derp around and sleep right here in the middle of the before bees, no problem. Guess what? We're getting that Snorlax kill, and we're getting the Queen Bee. We're getting out of here, no problem. Sylveon is being a derp. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I want to sit here and play Greninja as aggressive as I possibly can, because that's just my playstyle. That's how I play most Pokemon. But at the same time, that also gets me in situations where, how you say, like you're tunneling. You know what I mean? Like, I want that kill, gotta get that kill, but then I don't realize what's happening behind me or next to me or coming, you know, around the corner. You gotta stop that. You gotta get out of that mindset. You have to be in a situation for what it is. In other words, I could push this goal right now, right? But if I push this goal, I could get ganked by Sylveon. You see what I'm saying? I could have got ganked by that. But at the same time, look for my teammates. Look for the enemy teammates in bot lane. What's happening? My team in bot lane is actually winning the fight down there. Wigglytuff's going to start Dreadnought, which is great. My team is also pushing up, you know, their team away from Dreadnought. We have 2 in the top lane. I'm safe to come down and get this rotation off and help her finish this Dreadnought. No problem. Uncontested. And that's what you generally want to do. You just have to have that map awareness. Like I said, I come from League, Dota, and Han, where map awareness is key, where denying enemy experience items is how you win the game. Pokemon Unite is no different, except for the fact that a lot of the game in Pokemon Unite doesn't matter until Zapdos spawns. You gotta keep that in mind. But at the same time, if you can't get ahead in the early game, you're not gonna be able to win the late game. You know what I mean? If you can't scale to the late game, you're gonna have a hard time in the end game. Regardless, if you have, you know, a couple derps on your team who are farming Adinos or farming Corefishes from Zapdos spawn, regardless of that point, because this game is a little bit different in that mindset where you can't 1v5. You have to play with your squad. You know what I mean? I felt bad for her. I didn't necessarily need the Unite move, but you don't really... His Unite move doesn't do a lot of damage, man. It really doesn't. It's like a repositioning tool. And that's the way I like to use it. I don't like to use it as in-your-face burst damage, because it's not really what it is. It does give you a little bit of shield, and it gives you an opportunity to reposition. That's the best way for it to be used, in my opinion. Of course, like I said, there are better Greninja players out there. We may have a different opinion, but then again, there are people that play Greninja who are average, you know what I mean, who are brand new to the Pokemon, that's going to argue with you every step of the way. This is why these things are opinions. But I do speak from an only solo queue ladder. I don't play groups whatsoever, so everything is subject to change depending on your playstyle. Now keep in mind, it's a battle of Wigglytuffs right here. It's Sing on top of Sing. It's really hard to see the animations on whose is doing what. With all these little flashy effects going on, I think they need to probably change that a little bit. But you notice my position and where I'm at. I'm in the back lane, not in front of Venusaur, even though Venusaur's not the tank. But he has that moveset that makes him run in, you know what I mean? I want to be behind everybody as possible. And just sit here and fire off Water Shurikens. It keeps my sustain up, and it keeps me dealing damage. Water Shuriken also does not crit, by the way. Just keep that in mind, it cannot crit. Now, but at the end of the day, you throw so many Water Shurikens with your double team, you do so many basic attacks with your double team, you do so much damage. It's like, sometimes it's really hard for the enemy to handle all of the upfront bursts because they don't expect it right away. And then when it hits you, pretty much you delete their HP. Here, I'm overstaying my welcome. Normally, I would just stay here and try to force this goal, but I don't need to do that. Because I'm not getting value. My squad's in bot lane doing what? Getting Dreadnought. What am I doing? I'm taking pressure off this area here, getting some of their camps. I'm waiting for the next target to land in this zone. I was hoping it was going to be Greninja, but sadly enough, it was Wigglytuff. I mean, you know what I mean? I'd rather kill a more valuable target here, but at the same time, we get a free kill. She's dead for 7 seconds, and we have a chance to take off the Ludicolo buff over here as well. Which is fine. Notice my level. I'm the highest level in the game right now. Just going around farming, trying to get to my objectives, being a nuisance for my squad. We have one more Pokeball to cap here before we can take this goal. Wigglytuff, I don't know what she felt like doing there. It looked like she was going to give up. Lucario is in a bad situation. This is one of those times where you just need to leave the goal because the enemy team is going to get it. Our Wiggly could have already scored if she wanted to. I don't know why the goal's not, you know what I mean? So we take away the goal. Lucario should have left because this goal was going to drop. But he didn't. He overstayed his welcome and got killed for it. And again, I'm sitting here again playing behind Wigglytuff. And I'm popping off. It happens often. It happens to you, your brother, your grandma, whoever. You have those games where you play perfectly, but at the same time, everything that you do is a learning experience. So a win, a loss, what have you, you get better at playing that Pokemon. You don't necessarily always climb, always, decline, but at the end of the day, your skill with that Pokemon always gets better, and that's what you want to aim for. It's not just, wow, I did really good that game. No, it's like, wow, I improved. I improved a lot from the last game. You know what I mean? That's what you're aiming to do. And we're sitting here just going at it, man. For what, it was like 2 minutes since we got that bottom goal down there. I felt bad for Sylveon though. Like, she was trying really, really hard. But at the end of the day, like, having that directional ability, which you can't cancel, like kind of like Water Shuriken, sometimes it get pretty bad. You know what I mean? But this Eldergross, by the way, hats off to her. She does fantastic this game. Same thing with my Wigglytuff, my Venusaur, and my Lucario. This whole team does fantastic. They're sitting here, they're playing with you, they're paying attention where your movement is. I was a little bit overextended here because I did not notice the Snorlax was coming behind us. That was my bad. And then it puts myself in a bad situation because I almost had a Unite move, and that's what I was aiming to do. I was going to follow back with my squad and a Unite move, but I did not see Snorlax coming behind, which got me killed. You see what I'm saying? There's that little bit of tunneling aspect there. But again, this Greninja just entirely, once you get per se good with the Pokemon, you can do a lot of things. Just same thing with Lucario, Venusaur. Every Pokemon in this game is still viable to a certain degree, but some Pokemon just outshine other Pokemon, and y'all know who those are. You know what I mean? But the best way to continue to get better is by playing those Pokemon and getting better with those Pokemon. That way you can rank up. That's the easiest way to put it. But at the end of the day, sometimes you'll get into a game where you'll have a Venusaur, you'll have a Cinderace. And this happens, I swear, every single game I play jungle, there's always that one Cinderace player on your squad who comes down and takes your Sportfish. And that screws your entire jungle because you're, what, level 4, you don't hit level 5. So therefore, when you go for that gank, it puts you behind. In those situations, what do you do? You know what I mean? You just gotta keep playing the game, guys. You gotta play for the long game. But hey, I hope you guys had a good time watching this Greninja gameplay, seeing how good Greninja can be. I know y'all know. I know y'all have seen it. This is Pawseplays. Join that Discord, smash that like button. Let's get over 1,000 subscribers, man. We're almost there. come join that giveaway. See you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Happy Halloween. Hey, remember, have a good day. Hey guys, how you doing? Good morning, good evening to everyone around the world. Happy Halloween for those of you guys that are actually partaking in candy. Delicious candy and dress-ups today, man. Stay safe out there. We're gonna dive in, look at this build choices that we generally go in Greninja. And then, you know, we're gonna go out, we're gonna have a good night, we're gonna have a good day, the rest of the time we got left. But hey, let's see what we got going on here. So generally I like to take focus bands, right? On my Greninja. The reason being is when I'm in the jungle, I like to try to counter invade. Greninja is one of those Pokemon that once he has a good early game, he can pretty much carry that whole entire game, kind of like Zeraora. Now, the reason why I take Focus Band is because when I'm dueling the enemy jungler, if he does not have Focus Band, that makes him his jungle, my jungle. 9 out of 10, depending on the jungler. Now, at the end of the day, some other junglers can give you a hard time, like a really good Zeraora, but like I said, if they don't have a Focus Band, you're free to trade into this Pokemon without worry. 9 out of 10. Muscle Band is a staple item on Greninja, in my opinion. It gives you the increased attack speed, and you deal 3% more damage to the opponent's, remaining HP. Now, he does have a pretty strong passive, which a lot of people don't realize. And this doesn't need, explanation, give or take. Now, we'll hop into his passive in 1 second. The other item that you can swap these items out for with Focus Band is Buddy Barrier if you enjoy just trying to Unite move, in team fights and get kills. Buddy Barrier gives you a little bit of HP, an extra oomph, but it's not necessarily mandatory, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and look at his kit and see what we got going on here. So his basic attack is a lot different than most Pokemon. So at long range, his abilities get reduced cooldown. Bubble, Water Shuriken, and Surf when your basic attack hits. This also applies for your double team. When they're also doing, basic attacks from that situation, they also lower your cooldown on those abilities as well. Now, at close range, this ability becomes a melee stab, essentially. Now, it increases the damage the lower the opponent's HP is, right? In melee range. Makes sense. This also can proc off Razor Claw, for those of you that don't know. It actually does a lot of damage, to be fair. Now, it becomes a boosted auto every third attack like a normal Pokemon. True. But, as a boosted attack, at long range, it deals increased damage when the opponent's to opponent Pokemon and increases their movement speed. So, again, this Pokemon has it a built-in slow, just like kind of like Pikachu, but at the same time, there's a lot more aspects going on here than a lot of other Pokemon. His second ability is Torrent. It's pretty much the same thing as Venusaur, give or take. When he's low HP, he gets increased damage and movement speed. That's it. Now, this plays a huge role when you're kiting with Greninja. When Greninja is running from you and he's low HP, he's getting health back from Water Shuriken, and he's getting health back from Torrent. How come from Torrent? Because it increases movement speed. It allows you to kite better. Therefore, Water Shuriken, you know what I mean? Like, it increases the gap between you and Greninja. Therefore, he's safely getting HP back from Water Shuriken. Now, this ability, you have Water Shuriken and or Surf. I like to play with Surf a lot of the time, depending on my team. But when you play Surf, that's a whole nother ballgame. You have to change Greninja's playstyle entirely, because it becomes a melee assassin opposed to a ranged AD carry. So Water Shuriken, that ability will heal you when it does damage, okay? But the thing is, with this ability, it also gives you increased movement speed, so it allows you to kite better with your passive. But on the downside, when you activate Water Shuriken, it goes in a straight line skill shot, so you cannot redirect, you know what I'm talking about. You cannot re-aim it once you throw this ability off. So keep that in mind, because you can miss all of your Water Shurikens and it feels bad. Surf, on the other hand, is essentially like an execute, but not an execute. It does execute damage when they're low HP, but you have to change your playstyle when it comes to Surf, and you always need to be going for the back line. You don't want to be sitting here poke, because you don't have anything to poke besides your basic attacks. You want to be sitting here trying to go straight for the back line and get executes off with Surf, if that's the playstyle you're going for. Now, the way to do that is you would take Smokescreen over Double Team. That way you can get into the back line and get out of the back line with Smokescreen. Now, I generally enjoy Double Team, but I also like Smokescreen, like I said, depends on the matchup. But Double Team, what this does, it helps you out with Water Shuriken, because when you activate Water Shuriken, all your little clones will also throw Water Shuriken. And guess what? You're healing from this, right? But at the same time, they also go in a skill shot line. So, I mean, hey. And those Double Team copies of yourself can be one shot. They don't have a lot of HP. It's easier to tell which is you once they get rid of them. But when you Double Team, you can set yourself in a path which way you want to jump to before your clones spawn. But hey, man, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Hopefully you guys stay safe out there. Happy Halloween to everyone who's going to be partaking in, you know, the door-to-door getting candy. Enjoy your dress-ups. Smash that like button. Join that Discord. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate you guys, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. This has been Pawseplays. I'm going to head out.